Well, welcome everybody to the webinar here today. My name is Mike Wood. We are going to be talking today about Kickstarter and raising funds for Kickstarter. We will be discussing specifically some details today about looking at other successful campaigns and how to come up with ideas of what to do to promote your Kickstarter campaign. That is something that I've done a lot of research on over the past month, and it is a bit daunting, very overwhelming. There's a lot to do to make this successful. Excuse me. And I guess the work you put in depends on how much you really want to get out of it. Is kind of what it comes down to. It can be an incredible amount of work. I've been quite stressed with it all as I've been working on this lately, and probably need more massages each week because my muscles are tightening up. It is a ton of work, and I want it to go big, and I want to make it successful. So let me show you a little bit of what I've been looking at and researching, so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. So this is the site that I am going to be promoting, or the product is my Viper Sharp. Over here we've got my preview to my campaign, and once you've developed the basic campaign, you'll have a preview link like this that you can share with people. And then up here in the top right, we can go to my projects and actually click on the one that I'm editing. So we'll log into that and check it out. And then what I'd like to do is show you what I was researching, so you can kind of see, get an idea. So Prepped Pack was one that I saw doing just phenomenally well on Kickstarter. And I wanted to mimic what they were doing, and I even asked them about that. I've got all kinds of notes. I've sent myself emails on it. If we go and look at, do a search on my email, I've sent myself emails. There's 3 from last night. And then there might be a few others in here. Yeah, here's one, here's another one. So I've got all these notes on things that I've been sending myself to help remind me of what I'm doing. I've got a document, a Word document here where I'm keeping track of ideas and things that I learn. And then, of course, I've got my spreadsheet with many different tabs. So you can see I have put a lot of work into this over the last year, and much of this research just in the past month or two here, trying to really understand how these guys did so amazing on their Kickstarter campaign. So first, let's go and show you that one so you can see. And what I do, I think I mentioned this in one of the previous calls, but what I'll do is I'll go in here to Kickstarter and click Discover, and then go through the Discover, looking for campaigns that are out there and what others are doing, and kind of follow up on them. So if we go over here and look at their campaign, we can see, should be able to see the totals. There it is right up here. It says they've had 12,557 backers that pledged a total of $1.439 million to help bring this project to life. So I thought that was, just phenomenal. And they raised that in about 40 days. Just crazy amounts of money. I would love to do something that big. Well, as I was researching them to see what they did and looking at these Google links, just checking things out here, did a search for Prepped Pack, and I saw their website, their Kickstarter, and then I saw this, Indiegogo. Well, that's another site for raising funds similar to Kickstarter. So I pulled up their Indiegogo page, and guess what? They're still raising funds over there. Well, I'm not sure how they're still getting funds on this. Maybe somebody, maybe you can still buy it. Apparently, that's how Indiegogo works. Because last time I looked at this, it was 1.5 million. Now it's 1.6. So within the last week, they've raised another $100,000 or so. Just insane. So ultimately, they've got over 3 million that they've raised. They are swamped. They are extremely busy right now just trying to put everything together and fulfill on these. I want that problem. I want to have enough time, or I mean, enough orders that I've got to hire somebody to help me get it completed, and thus the stress and the muscles tightening up in my back and my neck and laid me out on Saturday because of it all. But I've been I've been working and hoping that I can do something similar to these guys. One thing I've decided to do is I am going to go to Indiegogo and I'm going to create a campaign over there as well, because I figure if they can do it, I can do it. Why not, right? What that means is I'm going to have to do some marketing to that page too, probably. So I looked at all of these pages. So here they've got a link from Tech Insider. They launched their Kickstarter on January 19th. And so I look at the dates and I see here on Tech Insider, they had a press release put out there on the 22nd, so 3 days after they launched. Here on TechCrunch, they had one on the same day that they launched. Here on Digital Trends, they had another one the same day that they launched. These are all different words too. These are not duplicated content. In fact, if we take this right here, we can do a search to find out, are there other sites that have this same content? And there are on that one. Okay, so there's 66 results on that. Follow News, Mag CNS, What the Trend. So there's a lot of other sites here that they've posted on with that same one, but many of their items are different. Many of their press releases that they've done. Let's get back. There we are. Okay, and so that's one way we can look at that. So that's good to see that they do have some duplication there, because that'll be a little easier for me. I know I can get some of that out. All right, and then the other thing that we want to look at here is we want to do a check for Indiegogo specifically and see if they have a lot of links out there for that. sg.carousel.com, Reddit, they've got a link to it, /gear, Refined Guy, mobile.facebook has a link to their Instagram. So they do have several sites where they have linked just to their Indiegogo campaign as well. All right, so we've got 51 million results here. Let's narrow that here. If we just say do exactly prepped pack, so the quotes around it tell Google, hey, only show me results that have these two words in this order. Well, then we've got 55,000 links, 55,400 links out there. How on earth did they do that kind of work? Well, I think part of it is they're paying certain people to put out a lot of links. And so that's something that I've lined up. All right, let's go back to my notes here. So begin preparing Kickstarter. Part 2 is one that I wanted to talk about, and then researching successful campaigns, which is what we're doing today. So let's go ahead and get this. See if I can remember how to do that. There we go. So we can mark that as being done. Challenges. What are your challenges going to be? That's something that they ask for in your Kickstarter. So as you are putting this together, you're putting your story, the about you ideas. Somewhere in here they have. We showed that one the other day. Let's see. Maybe it's in story. About you. Okay, so I'm not sure where that goes. Maybe it's in the basics here. So they do have a section in here somewhere where they ask about challenges, what challenges might exist. And I can't find it here, but you'll need to come up with something, to make notes in there. Now, with mine, I stated the only challenge I might have is getting enough created, and mailed out because I've got everything lined up. I have the machine shop. I have a backup machine shop if needed. I've got, I've sourced all of the parts that I need. So really, the challenge is just getting all that together in a timely manner to send them out. But so the challenges are a part where we can just detail, hey, these are going to be what we foresee as our biggest challenges. All right, and then you complete the campaign and you submit it to them. And once you submit it, then they'll review it and let you know whether it's good or whether they need you to change something. And once they accept it, then you can go ahead and launch it anytime. And that, I believe, is done through the status here. So I could come in and click continue to launch and be ready to go. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the planning again. So I looked at all of these links from Prep Pack, and I didn't see them do anything ahead of time, ahead of the start point. And I wonder if they had a YouTube video out there beforehand. It looks like all of their work was done after they started or on the day of. So see January 19th. January 19th. So I didn't see anything ahead of time, but I wanted to schedule something ahead of time. So I actually have a press release scheduled to go out tomorrow. So if we look at my, let's pull up my schedule so you can see what my plans are and look at the month. So here we are on the 14th. I have a gentleman doing a video that hopefully did most of it over the weekend, and he's going to launch it on Friday the 18th. And so I'm going to have him launch his video right here on Friday the 18th. And then 1 week later, I am going to launch my Kickstarter campaign. So he'll post his video here. And then what I'll do is have on the, let's see, I think I've got two other people with videos and another one with that's going to send out an email blast for me to his list. So I think what I'll do is probably have the second video posted on the 19th, the third on the 21st, and then maybe on the 23rd on Wednesday before I launch, have my friend send out his email blast to his list. And so all of that has to be coordinated. So we've got to make sure we document who is going to be marketing for us. And so I've got a list here of some of that. And I probably need to do a little more updates on that. I had some other people in here that I wanted to have send it. So that's something I'll want to document. So let's see. My things to do tab, I've got a list of things that I want to do to help promote it. Those are just my notes on the process. I'm trying to find where Kickstarter, I might, those are just calculations. Shops. All right, so what I need to do is I'm going to send so I've got an email I'm going to send to just people in my contacts as well. So let's write all this out. So things that I am going to do, we're going to put this in the marketing page here, and I'll put a section, put it right over here. All right, so I'm going to have Jason send his is going to be email link to my video. And then I'm going to, and then I want to put a date on that. So he's the one I'm going to do on the 23rd. And then I've got another friend, Jason H., who is going to do an email video that he recorded and blog post. And I will have him send his out on the 21st. And so I need to let these guys know ahead of time, hey, this is what I'd like you to be shooting for. This is the planned date for release. And then Thomas is going to do email blast and link to my video. And I'll have his go out on, and there is a method to my madness here. I'll have his go on the 22nd, or well, I'll just tell him this week, anywhere he's sending one out between the 14th and the 21st, because I want it to go with his schedule. Okay, and then my friend Mikhail will be Facebook and email. Possibly video. And I think what I'll do with his is I'll have him do his after I launch. So I'm going on the 25th. I'll have him do one maybe on the 28th. That'll give us some time to work on it and get it together. So 28th after the launch. Press releases starting today, 14th through the 28th. I'm going to continually be doing that. Facebook ads, I will start on the 25th. Okay, so we got Jason Thomas. Oh, I've got another guy with an email that I need to put in there. And that's Jack. Video that he's doing, and that one I will have released on the 18th. So I probably ought to put these more in an order, but so his video will go, okay, and then I've got another video there. We've got Tyler video, and okay, so I'm going to have that one. I'm going to have Tyler release his video on the 19th on Saturday. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Suppose I could insert these up here. Email, link to video, home video. I'm going to swap that. There we go. So, and then this one will probably go up here. So that's kind of a plan for what I'm going to be doing with mine. Press releases are going to be going out pretty consistently throughout this time. My Facebook ads, put right there. And then the 25th is when I'll launch my Kickstarter. Okay. And then I'm going to do continued press releases and updates and things like that. Throughout the time after it's launched. Press releases, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So there is a lot to do. You can see it's just crazy how much work I've got here to do. But I've planned it out. I've got links to all these different sites that I can try and get connected to in some way, or put ads out there. Oh, that's another one I'm going to be doing is I've got some more ads that I will put in. Actually, let's do right here. And this is going to be, I'm going to have some paid ads on, I think it's longrangehunting.com. Okay. Yeah, so that is going to be one that that I'll be doing there. Oops. So we will schedule that to start on the 25th, right as I launch. So I'm going to have my Facebook ads going, my Kickstarter, my ads on this site, and press releases all happening on the same day. And then I'll have the videos and the press release this week that are out ahead of time to kind of create some of the buzz. Okay. So that's my plan. I've documented everything. I've got to, I know where I'm headed. I know what I'm going to do. That's going to be really important because there is so much to make this successful. And most of these ideas, looking at sites, finding out where I can list, most of that came from looking at PreppedPack and seeing all the thousands of links that they have, and looking at all these sites that they have posted their press releases on. Now, one of the other things I found with them, if we go look at their Kickstarter, we'll see if it's in here. It might be in their campaign. They had a so they've updated that. That's a good thing to have. Miss the campaign, not to worry. Get your prep pack here. You can go to their site and probably pre-order it through there. And now they're moving that over to Indiegogo. So that's what they've got going there. Okay, very interesting. So that's something else that I can do on my campaign. They had in here, and they may have removed it, but they had a press packet that I wanted to mimic. Right there. So press, our press kit is available for download here. So they've got a link to their Google Drive where they've got high resolution images, logos, normal resolution internet images that they have here. And they've got some GIFs there with some movement that it looks pretty nice. And then they've got a press release here. PreppedPack raises over $1 million on Kickstarter. Now that's another one I might want to go and check and see, do they have, is that duplicated out there on the web? I would assume that this one is going to be, because it's the one they're offering on their page there. So they're saying that they don't have it with the quotes, which is odd because it should find it there. But without the quotes, they're seeing 17,300 results. So it's just showing a lot of the the different sites that have linked to them. All right, there's their risks and challenges section where they're talking about, hey, production, app development, it's going to take some time to get all these things together kind of explanation. They've listed all the different places that are linking to them with press releases, and this is all stuff that can be added after the campaign starts. So this isn't something that's going to start right away necessarily, but after we get the press releases out and such, then we can start adding that to the campaign. Okay. So again, you can see there's a lot of work to be done here, a lot of things that have to happen, and these guys need to be notified ahead of time. So I've been working with them closely over the last several weeks here to get this all streamlined. Tyler, I know, has his video already. Jason's going to be sending a link to mine, and so I just need to get him a write-up, one of my press releases to send out to his group. And he'll probably do a Facebook and possibly Twitter if he does Twitter as well. So those are all things that are going to be out there. Press releases are a big one. When I got a comment back from these guys at Prepped, they mentioned that press releases were a big part of what they did to get seen, and then they also mentioned Facebook ads were really big for them. And so those are two things that I'm trying to do with my campaign. So with the press releases, I have actually talked to prweb.com, and they offered me a package for $1,200 to do 6 press releases that will get out over a stretch of time. So that'll start, I'll have them start one on the 19th, and then do one maybe 2 or 3 days later, and then one a few more days later. So throughout the campaign, I'll have them submitting those. So there is definitely a lot of money I'm putting into this in the marketing side. I am probably going to be spending around $2,000 in, probably more honestly, but at least $2,000 on the marketing of these things, of the ViperSharp Kickstarter campaign, because I'm going to pay a lot of people to do this. I just, I can't do it all. There's too much for me to be doing, and so I've got to have some help, and so I'm hiring people that will help with some of it. Part of that hiring is coming from Fiverr. And that's one that I'm testing today and tomorrow. They're going to be putting theirs. The one that's going out today or tomorrow is from actually right here. No, I think it's a different person. She wrote one for me. They're going to be submitting it though, but I did that through Fiverr. Now I didn't pay just $5 for that. I paid a little more for it. And let's see it. I think it might be that one right there. No, that was just a press release. So anyway, I paid, I think, 40 or 50 extra dollars on that to have them submit it. And that will let me kind of gauge what to expect from this type of press release. And then if it's successful, I may use these cheaper options like this out here on Fiverr. If I can pay somebody $50 to get my press release out there, and that'll get it in good places, I'd rather do that than $200 per press release. And so that's something that I'm kind of testing to see, test the waters, see how it works for me. So, research again, that's, looking at the other, that's what I wanted to show you. So if we go back here and let's look at these guys here. So if we go back and just look at, actually I've got to jump in there. If we look at the Discover area, you can go out here, and if yours is a design item, like, mine is a design item, it's a physical item that's being designed and created like other items out there, then I would come into the design area and find products that are successful. And this is one, they've got 13 days to go. They're 107% funded, so they're over their funding goal. $26,000 pledged. So that's cool. That's fun that they are seeing that kind of results. And I'll just scroll down through here looking for the big ones. These guys 170% funded. It's only 17,000, and it's not huge, but they funded well. This one here, $500,000, 2,724% funded. This one, 2,284%, 1.1 million. These are campaigns I want to look at. And again, I'm going to take. I might go into this. I'm going to take their title, their name of their product. I don't know why that is linking there, but I'm going to take that and I'm going to go out and search to see where do I see that term. And let's see, we'll do this. Quotes around the loop name. 11,400 links. Facebook, their site, Kickstarter, Wowk, whatever that is, never heard of it. Product Hunt, House Panther, the cat site, Digital Trends, Pet Guide. So they've got all these places that are talking about them. Okay, and it's talking about their Kickstarter campaign. Kickstarter offers 3 trays, no mess. So wonderful that they are. They're getting these results, and it helps me to recognize the work I want to do. Same kind of thing. They've got a bunch of press releases out there giving them all kinds of publicity, so they can get people to the Kickstarter. It's not enough to just put it up there. Okay. All right, and I think that is most of what I wanted to get to you today is just that research, documenting where you're going to submit ideas. And then there are a couple ways, I guess, to do the press releases. That's the next thing you have to look at. If we want to go directly to some of these individuals and contact them, we're going to have to be persistent. Contact them several times. Personal emails, not a canned email. It would be a good idea if you have the press release written or write it yourself ahead of time, and then when you contact somebody who is doing, well, let's just look at some of these examples here. We go back to Prep Pack, so we see engadget.com. Come in here, and this Richard Lai was a gentleman who posted a press release for them. And so what we want to do is contact him through his Twitter handle here or an email. Basically go to all the sites that, if it's at all relevant. Now, the site that was the one that had the litter boxes for cats, they had a lot of pet blogs and pet sites linking to them. Those companies and those people aren't going to be interested in linking to me. So I'm not going to bother them. But if I can go out and find sites that linked to this prepped pack, then I think we've got, that's closer to what I'm doing, and most likely a lot of those sites would also be interested in a knife sharpener. Even where this is dealing with food, my knife sharpener can be used to sharpen kitchen knives. And so even the food blogs might be interested in linking to my campaign as well. So then it's a matter of contacting these people, making a very personal approach. Hey, I've got this going. I think your readers would love it. I have a press release prepared. Would you be interested in and willing to post my press release for me? Is this content that you'd be interested in? If you write the press release for them ahead of time, that's probably going to help get more attention from people. Okay, and again, hiring some help or having somebody help with this, I'm probably going to talk to my wife and have her try and reach out to some of these to see if we can get them to submit a press release for me. I have written several press releases out here. See if I can find some of those for us. Go to my drive. So I've got it saved. I have a folder within my Google Drive where I do all of this, and I have a ViperSharp folder there. And so here we've got a press release with the title, Twitter Insights, Kickstarter Research and Ideas, Press Release 2, Press Release 1. And so I've got 3 of them right there, and I thought I had 4 or 5 of them. I might have others out over here. There's one for Kickstarter that needs to move. This is one that I paid to have done, so we'll move that up here and say yes. And yeah, here's press release number 5. And press release number 3. And press release number 4. Some update information, and then I notice I've got a press release number 2 again here. So I have several of them written that I've done and written for me from others that will be valuable for me. And that one I don't need. Okay. So there's several press releases for me to send out to some of these people. So create the press releases, pay somebody to do them, but have those ahead of time so that when you start contacting all of these sites, you've got something ready for them and they're willing to submit it for you. Okay. So I don't see any questions coming up. If there are any questions, please submit them. I'd be happy to answer any questions that people might have. So if you do have questions, please feel free to type them in. Otherwise, we will go ahead and end the webinar here.